Are you hungry, kids? That's the weirdest thing that I have ever tasted. What? But life is short, you know, and it should not be wasted. Snack life. 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 Snack life.
Boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here today on the Snack Life podcast. I am your host, comedian, and snack aficionado, Amanda Averill. I am joined today by the biggest ham beast of a sir that I know, one of my favorite Pittsburgh comedians, also happens to be my Slampiece. Give it up for Derek Minto, everybody.
I'm holding for applause.
Yeah, so was I. Okay.
No, I was
Are we good?
Don't shoot.
Oh, Andrew with the great.
I really
the
hope
quips.
I
Good
really
job.
hope we get to the age where it's not appropriate for you to call me your Slampiece anymore. Like when the tides have finally evened out. Like right now, that's hilarious. People across the 5s to 7s of people who are listening to this first episode, they're laughing their butts off right now.
I just want people to have the image of me slamming you down into a thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time you
That would
say
be funny.
every single time you call me your Slampiece, I imagine you in a Yammer Yager jersey with a hockey stick in your hand. You're skating and you're firing a puck and you're hitting me, but my face is on the edge of the puck and I'm screaming. I'm just going, "Ah!" And that's every time you call me your Slampiece. That's what I imagine.
No, whenever I think of Slampiece, I think of me just like giving you a slam right through a table, a la early aughts wrestling. You know, just like the Dudley Boys, just slamming you right through a table. That's the kind of Slampiece
That is the
that I
lens you
need.
would view the world through.
I know my lens is very weird, but today we're here to talk snacks, Derek.
Yeah,
And for those who don't know, Derek Minto, Pittsburgh comedian, also my boyfriend. So some of this stuff might be getting a little personal whenever it comes to our snack beliefs. Will our relationship make it out of this snack-based podcast? Who knows? But
I hope so. I'm rooting for us. Wait, what? I didn't know this was a dangerous podcast. I thought we were coming here and just have fun snack time conversations. I didn't know that the fate of our relationship was solely predicated on this one snack-based conversation. That's some intense. That's intense.
Derek, you know how much I love snacks. I love snacks so much I made a goddamn podcast about it, okay? So you should be aware that like some of your answers may determine the future of this relationship. I just want to let you know that.
This is bullshit. You didn't tell me anything about this podcast before I came out. You were like, Derek, we're going over to Andrew's house. We're going to talk about snacks. And that's the only thing you told me. And I get here, I have to put cans on my head. That's the industry term for headphones. I had to rebalance them myself. Andrew messed up the beginning when he put a weird sound in there. That was a mistake. We're going to have to edit that out. Yeah. There's a cat in the room. I'm allergic to that. I'm very warm. We had to turn off the fan because we don't know how to cancel that out. This has already been a very intense, emotional episode for me.
Okay, well, there is one thing that I can help you with. The cat's name is Gravy, and boy, oh boy, your blood is probably like gravy, Derek. You do enjoy gravy. You do like a gravy.
I don't like that we started out with gravy though. Like this is the thing. Like I like gravy as much as any other person. Like it's fine. Like it's not. I've never had gravy so good.
Yeah.
Like I've had biscuits and gravy that have been really good.
Yeah.
Like really, really good biscuits and gravy where you were like, holy crap on a crud.
Have you ever had red eye gravy? I'd really like to have red eye gravy. I've never had it.
Holy crap, is that stuff good too? See, I probably peaked on levels there. Dude, red eye gravy is so good. It's like the gravy you really want, like secretly inside, because it's like savory, but it has this kind of like great, like a little bit of a coffee taste to it, but like like the best way. Like it complements everything. It tastes good on everything. But do you have a favorite gravy, Amanda?
Oh, I don't know. I talked gravies on the episode with Andrew. I don't know. I think it just depends. I think it just has to be really well made. Like you can have a really well made sausage gravy or a really well made brown gravy. I think much like with snacks, it depends on what you pair it with. Like I don't think I would enjoy a brown gravy paired with like a biscuit same way that I would enjoy like sausage gravy paired with a biscuit. I think
that's indubitable of like most things. Like not everything pairs well exactly. You can't just use general gravy with general biscuits. Like
exactly.
You can't have biscuits and gravy and it just be like, look, we put some chicken slop on here. Like, you know, I think there's different idealized versions. There's certain pairings that just go inherently better than others.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty of this, Derek.
Okay.
What was your favorite snack as a kid?
Favorite snack as a kid.
Don't.
I really, really, really liked fruity Tootsie Rolls. The really cheap ones. Like they're called like Foodies. Instead of Tootsies, they're called like Foodies.
Foodies?
I think that's what it was. It made it look like the words were supposed to be fruity.
Maybe footsies?
Maybe footsies. Maybe they were footsies. You're right. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think they were footsies.
But I know what you're talking about. Like, what was your favorite fruit flavor of the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls?
Probably either green or purple.
Ooh, so green, was that lime or green apple?
That was green apple.
Oh, ooh,
It was
okay.
just nice and tart. It was like different than a lot, but it wasn't like the annoying, like, are you ready for a warhead? Well, guess what, Derek? We're already 3 generations deep on warheads, so we have ultra sour chemical warfare warheads. Like, get ready to burn a hole right through your tongue. Your tongue's gonna have stigmata. Like those warheads. I hated that. I just didn't. The other thing, they were good once you got past the thing, but I felt like I was just being prepped later for my life to be really into hot sauce.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But do you feel like that so recently, I mean, there's always been this debate since Skittles made the change from lime to green apple with their green colored Skittles, and now they're going back to lime. They're going to have bags that have like the green, and they've got them like literally on the bag, pointing at it and being like, "It's lime." So do you have any strong opinions towards the green apple or the lime in the Skittles? Or
Weirdly, I don't. I don't eat a lot of Skittles. I do think the lime was better.
I think the lime was way better.
I wasn't like up in arms about it. I wasn't writing Facebook posts. Like occasionally I would judge somebody if they were like, this was absolutely better. I'm like, I don't think anything's absolutely better in Skittles. I think after 2 chews of a Skittle, they pretty much all taste the fucking same.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. However, I do feel Starbursts are excellent.
What's your favorite flavor of Starburst? Oh, thanks for drinking it directly into the microphone. Derek, what's your favorite flavor of Starburst?
Well, let me tell you. Pink, which I found out recently was not the flavor that I thought it was.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was pink lemonade.
And it's actually strawberry.
Yeah, but I didn't know that like ever.
But why would they put a lemon flavor in the pack and then another lemon flavor in the pack?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I was just like, I like this flavor. This is what it tastes like to me.
I think for me, like if you had to rank the 4 classic Starburst flavors, we're talking boom, red cherry, boom, pink strawberry, boom, orange, or boom, yellow lemon. What's your order? What's your favorite? Best to worst.
No matter what, pink's my favorite.
Yeah.
Followed probably by orange, then lemon, then red.
Oh, guys, strike number 1. I don't know if our relationship can handle this. Actually,
This
it's
is
perfect.
bullshit.
It's actually perfect, though, that like our favorite flavors are reversed because then we can eat Starburst.
I'm not gonna lie. It's so incremental. I like them all a lot. Like there's not one I hate. The only ones I don't like are like the super tropical mixes with like fake.
Well, no, we're not going to get into those. That's too deep. That's too deep for this general conversation right now. Mine would be orange. Has got to be last.
Okay.
Orange is basic. I love lemon. Lemon is probably number 1. Strawberry might be number 2. Cherry might be number 3. I really like the cherry a lot, though. But it's perfect because now I know that if we go and get a pack of Starburst, we can split them pretty much evenly. And we'll be very content. That's a good thing to know.
I also eat them non-discriminately. Like I don't like pick out the ones. I just have one.
I usually will pick one of my favorites to start with and one of my favorites to end on. Do you ever do that? Do you ever like save a thing for like later or the very end so that way you'll have like a little bit of it left?
Yeah. I mean, of course. Doesn't everyone do that?
No, not everybody does that. Like you'd be amazed the number of people who are like, nope, I'm just going to eat it straight through or just luck of the draw, the whole thing. Like, no, man, I've got to be discriminate with my snacking. What food is not a snack that other people try to convince you it is a snack?
Anything be a snack? Like you could have a snake
No,
snack.
no. But what are people hard and steadfast about? Is a snack or can be a snack?
Anything
but you're like
kale-based.
No. Anything kale based?
Here's the thing. I've had like good kale like once or twice, and that's fine. That's for each everybody. I just don't think it's very good. I just don't think it tastes very good. Like if that's what you want to live on, like that's cool. I respect vegetable people. I don't even mind people wanting to be vegans. I kind of get that. It just into like hey, I don't want to fuck up the environment. I want to live clean, good eating. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. But I will say kale is bullshit. Like, I don't care what anybody fucking says. Like,
So you're not down for kale chips?
They're awful. There's just like someone made a bad cabbage. Like a really bad, evil, leafy cabbage. It's like cabbage is like, all right, but if you cook it right and you deal with it, it's like fine. But like, good Lord, kale. Ugh.
You know, one thing that I think isn't a snack, but
What?
but people think is apple slices.
What?
I don't think apple slices are a snack. I think they need something else in my mind to be considered a snack.
Apple slices aren't a snack?
No, I mean, like, I enjoy apples and I enjoy apple slices. I eat them with my niece a lot, and but you know what, man? They taste way better with peanut butter. Like, if I have that,
you too. Apple slices are like a quintessential childhood snack. I've watched you snack on apple slices.
yeah. But usually I have like peanut butter with them, or I'm eating it like with something else as an accompaniment. I'm not eating it like just as a snack. Like,
You're
I'm
telling me the old man with a knife sitting by a river slowly carving off slices of an apple and feeding them to himself, that's not a snack?
no.
But like what is a snack then? Like, I call it like
Well, that's the whole point of this podcast. We're exploring snacks and snack culture.
Or are we trying to definitively come with a unified snack field theory? Is that what
Well,
you're trying to do?
I mean, I think if we were going to find
this was a science podcast.
I think if we were going to find any unified theory, it's that celery is not a snack. Because in the 2 previous episodes, one with Andrew, our producer, and the other one with my friend Monica, celery clearly downvoted as not a snack, even though people think it's a snack. Nah, it's just chlorophyll and water. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What snack can you absolutely not stand? Like, what food can you absolutely like not stand?
Other than kale.
You hate.
I hate a lot of foods. I don't like some frozen foods, like canned vegetables. I had
No,
much.
we're talking about snacks. Like, what is a snack that you absolutely cannot stand? Like, that you wouldn't buy in a store? Like, some people don't like Funyuns. They're wrong, but that's okay.
Those weird little wrapped cakes that they have, like sometimes in like the refrigerated area. It's like, here's a little carrot cake. Like, and they're like wrapped up, like usually like in a convenience store, like you'll have that area where it has like little sandwiches and deviled eggs and pickles and shit. And it's like it's like colder foods, but not cold food.
Yeah, refrigerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to call it cool food.
Eh.
And no, they always have these weird little cakes there. And that and those fucking burritos they have, which are, listen, I know they are edible if you're drunk enough, but they are awful. Like, they will do, like, people like are like, oh, Taco Bell is gonna blow out your blowhole, like, you know, it's gonna really blow up your butt. I'm telling you, if you want a true gastrointestinal experience, go get the bomb. Or they also have the fried version, which is the chimichanga bong.
The chimichanga bong? That would be a great bong.
But they have a chimichanga, and I don't know why they call it chimichanga, because it's not fried, it's not crispy, but it will kill you.
Is there a weird food combination that you love? Like, you know how I love to mix salty and sweet, sometimes to your dismay. I have on multiple times had Derek request that I do not eat certain foods in front of him together.
No, because you do messed up stuff, and you do way messed up stuff sometimes. So this is the thing. I don't mind that you put stuff together. That's your own prerogative. But if it's something I made and it's some other random thing, you're like, oh, Derek made chicken noodle soup. You know what I'm also gonna have? A bar chocolate with it. And I'm like, no, you sick bitch. Like, I made this nice, delicious chicken noodle soup. I worked hours on this soup. I worked hard. I made a stock, and then I used that stock to make another stock. 2-stock system. And then you do stuff like that. And I can't even think of a good example of, like, I'm trying to think of the grossest one I've ever seen you do. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, the worst thing.
Well, I'm asking you, like, what's your favorite weird food combination?
I'm trying to think of, like, a thing. I like a lot of mustards on stuff. Like, but I don't know if I put mustard on anything that I consider inappropriate. Like, it's always usually like a meat or something. Like, I don't do the whole like frosty and French fry thing. Like, I've never really done that.
Like, do you ever mix like? See, I'm the one who mixes stuff. Like, I will have like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll have like chocolate with like pretzels, or like I'll have like popcorn and like snack foods, like gummies or something like that. Like, I'll mix that kind of stuff together.
I can't like really think of one that like I put together that I can't think of anything that I think I do is weird. I do very standard combinations. I like, if I have pretzels, like chocolate's good with it. Like chips, you know, like I want like a dip. Like I'm a traditionalist when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm not particularly. We have a ridiculous amount of condiments in our house. Like,
we do
an insane person's amount of condiments and spices. We bought 4 spice racks and we filled every single one of them. We still don't have. We could probably fill another 4.
Yeah.
Like with everything
Easily.
that's in the other pantry. Like, and that was what might go down. Like, I mean, I'm just buying another set.
We are like, whenever you think of like a single man fridge, it's like, oh, it's just condiments and stuff like that. That's the fridge that Derek and I live with, except to a superhuman level. Not only do we have every single shelf in the door filled with different types of sauces and condiments, we have the whole bottom of our fridge filled with sauces and condiments, and then it's also filled with stuff that like Derek has pickled. Like whether they're like Quickles, like the quick pickles, or if it's like some other vegetable or like kimchi.
You call them Quickles?
Yeah, they're called Quickles.
I've never called them Quickles.
It's called a quick pickle.
Yeah,
it's a
I know.
quickle.
No, you are right. There are quick pickles in there. Don't get me wrong. But have I ever said that word out loud to you?
I've said that word. It's a quickle.
No, I don't ever remember you saying it. That's why I'm kind of like, whoa.
I've said the word quickle before.
To me?
Probably.
I don't feel like you have.
Probably.
I feel like it's a secret word to you. It's required affirmations to your heart about.
So because you do consider yourself like a more traditionalist whenever it comes to like your snacking food combinations, do you consider yourself a person who has an adventurous palate?
No, I like trying different things, but like I also don't like there's certain things that just don't I don't want to put together. Like there's certain flavors I don't really I'll tell you a flavor I really don't like is dill. Dill I like only in certain pickles. And actually I prefer my pickles not to be dill pickles if I have a choice, no matter. I like them more like
ooh, controversial.
I don't hate them, but I like more like the bread and butter. This is the thing. Most Americans think they like dill pickles. They don't. Like honestly, more people, if they actually had a pickle that was really flavored with dill, they wouldn't like it. Like they don't really know what the fuck they're talking. Because most people have like Vlasic pickles, and they're fine. They're not terrible, but they're also just like pretty bland, like a very certain flavor profile. They dye them, they make them look a certain way. So when people don't have pickles, they have like those lacto fermented pickles that have like a much like half sour and sour pickles. They're like, what the fuck is this? It's a completely different flavor profile. One of the things that throws people most often nut is dill. Like,
yeah. I think there's a different pickle for a different time. Like there's like I like whenever I have a sandwich that's like, let's say if I'm having like a pulled pork barbecue sandwich, I would generally like a sweet and sour pickle on there, or maybe even like a sweet and spicy pickle on that. But then if I'm having like a Chicago dog, like I almost want that Vlasic kind of, jarred dill kind of pickle. That's what I'm looking for. You think the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the different pickle for different occasions, but like I think a lot of people don't really know what dill pickles are. Despite like how they act, like people are like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And some people do, but I think a lot of people, especially people like in the Midwest, they have no idea. Like pickles, to them are just kind of tangy.
What's your thought on fried pickles?
Chips, not spears. Like that's what.
Do you want battered? Do you want breaded? Like come on,
battered. I mean, I always pick batter over breaded. I had breaded everything when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I feel it's like it's like the batter on that side of the fryer looks better than this side of the fryer later. Like it's like one of those weird situational things where it's like I think if you grow up with one, you want the other more. Yeah. That's what I think. I don't know. I just like batter. I think it tastes better. I think it goes around. I think it has a better crisp. I don't know. It interests me more.
Do you have any weird quirks about food? Like there's certain people who can't have food on the same plate or can't have food touching, or some people have food allergies or have the cilantro taste like soap thing. Do you have any food?
This is more of a psychosis than anything.
Okay, so you have psychosis. That's fun to find out on a podcast.
You know what it is. Thanks for being weird about it.
You're welcome.
Thanks. No, why are you acting like that? Like, you know the thing I do. I will not eat during a commercial or an intro to a show. I will only eat if I sit down at a TV and I go to watch something. I won't watch it. I will not eat during the commercials or the intro. Only when like the episode's on, and I have almost no explanation as to why I do this. Other than it's just like I don't want to be eating during commercials. I don't know why. I'm like I want to be eating when the show's on. Like,
see, I thought that you were going to go into some other thing. That's why I was like, okay, but no, I know that you do that.
Cool.
But what's the other? But don't you also have? What's the thing called that you have? That's the
Misophonia.
What explain that for the listeners out there. What is misophonia?
It's certain repetitive noises drive you crazy, but not. But the thing that's even more annoying about it is it's not all of them. People chewing sometimes really bothers me. Sometimes it doesn't at all though. Like it's like I can't quite put my finger on it. It's usually when I hear it isolated and I don't hear anything else, and I'm trying to do something else. Like if I'm eating with other people, it's fine. If there's something else on it, I'm fine. But if it's like just that isolated noise, like I don't know what it is. It just like sets off my like crazy, like I'm just like, I can't concentrate on anything else.
Do you think that it's more pronounced if it's like a crunchy food, like if it's a pretzel
No.
or popcorn versus like a pasta that's like cooked?
No, it doesn't really matter.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's just like any that particular noise, like even like dogs eating, like a dog like drinking water could like.
Like that noise that.
I'm gonna have to take off my headphones if you ever do that again. That is the worst. I don't like. I can't. I tell you. I can just tell you. I act irrationally about it. Like I don't know. I can't not. I don't know how to not do it. I probably could go to therapy or like get like some device installed in my ear that every time I hear it, I just instead of hear like doves going ga ga ga.
Do you think that has to? Do you think that plus your way that you eat, not during commercials or the intro of a show, but in the middle of the show, do you think that those two things relate? Or do you think like the sound from the TV is something that is like drowning out the sound of like other people chewing? Maybe.
I think it's where my focus is more than
Okay.
anything. I don't think it's necessarily it has to be the TV. It could be something else.
Okay. All right. Now let's do a little bit of a let's ask some questions here. We're gonna go into speed round. Are you ready for a speed round?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So imagine yourself. I want you to picture yourself in a Sheetz or a Wawa, the convenience store of your choice. If you were in there and you were hungry, what's the first thing you're going to do? Okay. So here we go. What's your go-to candy in that store?
Go-to candy, and that's for those little Rice Krispie treats.
What's your go-to crunchy?
It's potato chips.
What's your go-to drink?
Iced tea, preferably some kind of Arnold Palmer-like drink.
Okay.
Like iced tea and lemonade.
What's your go-to energy drink?
Probably a Red Bull sugar-free.
Okay. So which do you prefer? Bitter, sour, sweet, salty, or umami?
Unami. It's the best one. It's the Megazord of all of them. They all combined together. This is the most kick-ass one. It's like the White Ranger of the flavors. It's like, or Green Ranger. It's like way better. It comes in, saves the day, kicks ass, tells the other ones don't do drugs, and leaves.
All right. That's fair.
I'm right. I'm very right.
I'm not
by the
saying
way.
that you're wrong. I'm a person who mixes their flavors together. So I'm always in search of that kind of umami flavor or whatever flavor combination goes well together. Yeah. Is there a snack that they don't make anymore or that you can't find anymore, can't get, that you just miss with your whole being? And you're like, oh, sweet baby Jesus, if I could just have one of these again.
Those PB Planners used to make these like little peanut butter snacks that kind of look like peanuts.
Yes!
And they were called like...
Yes!
They had like a little kind of like crispy shell on the outside and they had like little peanut butter. They were so good.
Oh my God, they were like the best thing. I remember eating those as a kid too.
And I've also said Planners cheese balls, but they make those again.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Like they brought them back. We did it.
Yeah, that's the power to the people that we're really talking about.
I mean, I can't believe we're not even talking about the greatest food accomplishment we've made recently.
What is the greatest food accomplishment we've made recently? There's a lot. Viennetta.
The whisper levels are good for Viennetta.
Ooh, so classy. By the way, they were called PB Crisps.
Yeah, PB Crisps. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so good. Okay, but Viennetta. No, so Derek has recently had his first Viennetta. Derek, do you want to share with the audience what your experience is and like what a Viennetta is?
So Viennetta was a marketing scheme devised by the Vietnamese to trick young Americans into having an ice cream treat they were not allowed to have, an elitist treat made by the bourgeoisie of Vietnam. And it was a kind of this ice cream loaf with crispy layers in it. It has chocolate, and it has this amazing like
generally served in a martini glass.
Yeah, you served it in some kind of like fancy ice cream glass that you only served Viennettas in. It was handcrafted by Vietnamese children. Vienna and Vietnam are the same place, right? Anyway, whatever. So they made these, and as a child, they would show these people with elegant gloves. You know, they were going to go off, and they were going to have their butlers give them hand jobs and stuff, like real fancy shit. And as a child, I never had them because my mom refused to buy like $9 ice cream. And this was like in the 80s and 90s, and like that's too much. Like you could buy 700 popsicles that way. So we never had one. So in the future, you find out you can't have this thing when you're adult, when you're like 21 years old and you go to the grocery store and they don't exist anymore. So me and Amanda, we watch a lot of food pornography on the YouTubes.
Yeah, it's our favorite.
They're like, and there's always this list like MASH, like 10 foods discontinued, you won't believe aren't in the back. And then like one day on one of these things, they're like, guess what, everybody? Vietnetta's going to come back. And we're like, what? And they're like, in select stores. And we're like looking all over it. Like, no, we're close to Pittsburgh. No, we're close to Pittsburgh. No, we're close to Pittsburgh. We're crying. We're putting up one of those crazy people boards, you know, in the conspiracy. Like a piece of Viennetta, then like a bunch of Vietnamese children on one side where they make them. Then like the Germans who own the Vietnamese people. And then like little strings are coming off of it. And all kinds of stuff like, where can we get this fucking thing? And then one day, we decided to cross the border. The old Mason-Dixon line. That's what we did. We crossed it, me and you. You go for your mother's birthday at a rib place that was like, we got the best ribs in the world. And it's like, they're super good if you like super overcooked ribs. They're so good. Oh, my God. Like, if you like overcooked ribs, it's an amazing place. But next to that store, what was there? What was the store?
It was a Kroger. Kroger is not a grocery store that is located in Pittsburgh, by the way. We had to drive into West Virginia to find it.
Now, we just got Giant Eagle, who just got put into that giant multi-million-dollar lawsuit about giving out too many opiates. Anyway, go Giant Eagle.
Good.
Yeah, right. So we decided to go in the store. We're casual. We're like, wow, this is really cool. They have a lot of different yogurt-flavored things here. We don't have those kind of flavors up here in Pittsburgh. And we're looking around, and we're like just casually looking the ice cream aisle. And there is a pile of them, a big old pile of Viennetta. And they're even cheaper now. They were like $5.99 or something crazy.
Yeah, it was really cheap. Yeah.
We bought one. We bought it after we had actually went back to the store. We hid one because we were scared that someone would get them all.
Yeah. I went and I threw the Viennetta on a shelf up and behind like 3 boxes of like the Snow Paws doggy snacks.
Because like Jack or whatever.
Yeah, because nobody's gonna buy those. You just give your dog real ice cream or get them a pup cup from Starbucks. You know, like humans do.
And we took it home, and I think we watched Viennetta commercials, and we ate it.
Yeah. Derek and I like to do a lot of those like food porny things, like where we'll like watch. I've described this before as like, you know, a designated snack for a show. And the one thing that I always bring up is how during British Bake Show, we always have to have some type of like pastry or patisserie. And we eat those delicious, delicious things while we watch that. So in this case, we watched the Viennetta commercials while we ate Viennetta.
Yeah, pretty much that's what we did. But this is the thing. I thought Amanda that whole time had never had Viennetta.
Oh, no, Derek, my secrets.
And Amanda, I think, wanted to be cool about the whole situation, / didn't want to disappoint me. Maybe in the beginning she did say she had it, and I forgot. But after that, she kept going along like, I've never had it too. And we're at the Jim's Shucky's Wing Hut, Ribs Hut, whatever the fuck the place was.
It was BJ's or something.
Who cares? I'm not giving that guy free advertising. Listen, 6 to 12s of you, listen to me. Do not go to this place. I'm not giving them free advertising. Listen, just figure it out on your own. Just look up south of the crazy part of the country, the South, and look up the best ribs, and you'll find it.
That's opening a Pandora's box in Google
know, it's super
nobody
funny.
wants to
Best
open.
ribs in the South. They're just wing sauce. It's like all kinds of just a pulled pork sandwich comes firing out of the computer at you. Just like, ah!
Oh my God. Could you imagine if like a pulled pork sandwich like shot out of something, but then it had like tentacles and like sucked onto your face? And then like kind of like that Rick and Morty episode, except it was a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh man, that future seems delightful.
It seems like something, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah, Amanda never. So I bring this up to her mom. She's like, "Oh yeah, we used to have Viennettas all the time," and I'm like, "Excuse me." Also, this is super funny. And like, she's like, "Oh yeah, we used to have Viennettas. Oh yeah, we used to." And I was just like, "Amanda, you lying bitch." And I was only upset for like 5 minutes because I was like, she was trying to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to protect your feelings because this is the other thing about mine and Derek's relationship. We travel a lot together to go do comedy, and like we also travel a lot to like go and have delicious, delightful snacks. We both very much love to explore places by trying like local stuff. So like, I didn't want him to feel left out because of my, joyful Viennetta experiences as
What's
a
okay?
child.
I had a superior snacking experience for many parts of my life than you.
What's about
That's not like me an elitist thing. I had a stepdad who was a pastry chef.
Oh, see, that's the thing. That's what we should dive into. Like
Every single juncture of my life, I'm diving. This is what you want me to do. So this is the thing. I could summon a pastry. I could literally summon a pie for any occasion, and I'm talking like high quality, grade fucking A bullshit. Like this is the one of the best cakes you're gonna get in fucking 100-mile radius.
he was on one of those chef shows, wasn't he?
He was on a chef. He's been on a chef show. He's been on a bunch of food things. He's in a like Rick Seaback thing. He just did the high end catering for like Thipps Conservatory, which is like an amazing like conservatory in Pittsburgh. There was he worked for this company, and I'm not going to name it for reasons. But he did like $4,000 or $5,000 wedding cakes for people like rich people, and it was like on the holidays he'd make a Yule log every single Christmas.
That was the first time I ever had a Yule log. Was whatever he made one when we went to your sister's for the first Christmas.
If you're not familiar with what a Yule log is, it's amazing. Someone took a Swiss roll, right, a Swiss cake roll, and made it look into it like a log, and they put a little like mushroom on it that's made out of
it was a meringue
mushroom. There's like a little mouse, and it's like painted to look like a log. It's amazing.
We're both Yinzers, and I can say this wholeheartedly. I have like two very favorite types of cookies. I love meringues. Meringues are one of my favorite types of cookies. My other favorite is like the Russian/Mexican, depending on like where you get it. Like tea cake, the one that's like the cookie that's like covered in the confectioner's sugar and there's like little nuts inside of it. Derek, we're from Pittsburgh. We have cookie tables. What is your favorite cookie?
Well, it used to be what's the coconut one? The little coconut ball dude?
Macaroon.
Yeah. Used to be my favorite until my sister's wedding when we went back with 6 fucking like trays of them.
Yeah.
And I just ate a bunch of them and took them home and ate a bunch more and got super sick from them. So I'm not quite sure what my favorite one is anymore. Probably the little folded over guys. They're like, I can't remember what they're called.
They look like a little baby tart, and they've got like little gels coming out of either end.
Yeah, there's like a cream cheese one. There's like an apricot. There's that. Honestly, the peanut butter cookies with the little kiss on top.
Ooh, yeah, those are good thumbprints.
Yeah,
thumbprints.
Those are but not the smush ones, but with an actual. There's also thumbprint cookies that have just like the icing in the center.
There's the thumbprint with the icing. There's the thumbprint with the Hershey Kiss, and then my family would also make the thumbprint with a little mini Reese's cup inside.
Oh yeah, I've seen those too.
Yeah.
Those are very good.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Like if you're not familiar with Cookie Table, the 9 to 12 of you, because I assume this audience is growing because people have found out that we're on here talking about snacks. Without a doubt, that those Cookie Table is amazing. Like people, like when my sister had her wedding out in Philadelphia, we had Cookie Table and people did not understand what it was. And my sister had to put up a sign and people were very hesitant. And I had to like scream at people, be like, "You got to come over and take some of these fucking cookies home." And they're like, "No, we don't even know why they're here. They're probably for another wedding." It's like, no. Cookie Table is a time-honored tradition. The reason Cookie Table happens is because people would go to the wedding and they'd leave their shitty kids at home. They would want to bring them back home something, but cake was impossible. So they'd lay out these little trays of cookies, and the people would take the bags home and give them to their kids. So then the kids got hooked, and then it became like a way for like the moms and the sisters and like all the other family members. Are just like stereotyping like women bake, but like anyone in the family could contribute. Like me and Amanda, we got to make Buckeyes for my sister's wedding.
I was just going to ask you about that. Like Buckeyes. Number one, are they really a cookie? And number two, do you think your sister assigned us the Buckeye because she thought that that's something that like we could not fuck up?
No, because she wanted us to make a bunch of other cookies, and we decided not to because she already had too many cookies. Like we were supposed to go make a ton of other cookies, but she was also just give us something to do. We were there probably too early. We're just going to get us out of the way.
Yeah.
Also,
heaven forbid she gave us something to do while we were staying like at her beach house.
Yeah.
Like we could have just went to the beach.
It was a little too. I think it was a little too cold already.
It was June.
It was something.
Okay, so whenever Derek is a comedian as well as I am, But like we've had like more traditional desk jobs. We've had other jobs that have involved like catering and stuff like that. So I want to know, Derek, what is your favorite like work snack to either have at a desk or your favorite work snack that you've maybe had at like a craft service type thing? What's your favorite work snack? What's a good worky snack to get you through your day?
Oh man, I don't even know. Nutter butters are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Like those are out on a set. Like I always have those.
Yeah. What about whenever you were like working at a desk job?
Desk job. Oh man, dude. You know what I used to have all the time? I don't really have them anymore. Was Pop-Tarts. Like this is the thing. Coming into work and making a Pop-Tart and having that's like it's this is the thing. I understand Pop-Tarts really aren't that good.
Yeah,
and they're pretty bad for you, honestly.
Do you have to eat a Pop-Tart warm?
I prefer it warm.
Okay, because you said making a Pop-Tart, and I'm
the act of warming up a Pop-Tart at work is like it's this small like little thing for yourself, where you can make yourself a little pastry, like a little warm pastry. It smells great. You get to eat it. But this thing, once you heat up a Pop-Tart, you have like 10 minutes to eat it. Otherwise, it gets weird.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Strawberry or cherry. Like I'm real basic. Like,
do you like frosted or unfrosted?
Oh, frosted. Good. Why are we undoing unfrosted? What am I trying to? I just don't eat it. It's like the same thing with like diet soda. It's like, you know what? Just don't have one. Like that's my theory on that kind of stuff. It's like if it's a problem, like just don't have one. It's okay. There are other good snacks out there. But yeah, no, Pop-Tart, warm Pop-Tart is like a great way to make your crappy job a little bit better. My old job, I used to have Pop-Tart every single morning. And I was happy about it.
You know what I haven't had in a long time that I could go for as a snack?
Papa John's.
No. Like a Book It personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
I want one of those. They still do Book It.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they do. My nephew has had a coupon on his fridge from last year from Book It that was for a free pizza. I almost stole it. I should have stolen it.
You should have stolen it.
I should have stolen it. There's so much I should have you ever stolen a snack? As like either stolen it from another person or from a store?
Oh, yeah.
What was it and how delicious was it?
This is super embarrassing. So I was working for a firm that sold Windows installations. I only worked there for like 2 months. I hated the job. It was awful. I have to go stand at like Walmarts and like Sam's Clubs and stuff. And I went to the Mount Nebo Road Sam's Club, and I was starving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was out there selling windows, and I'd sold like maybe like 2 sets ever, and I wasn't making any money at this job, and I was just fucking broke. I was like living at my parents' house, and I like walked over to the like food court area.
Yeah.
And they had like those like salads in a cup.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yoink. And I sat down and I ate it, and about just as I was about to finish, this woman comes over. She's like, "Hey, did you buy that?" And I was like, "Yes, I did." And she's like, "Okay." And she gets up, she walks away, and I see her going to talk to somebody else, and I immediately walk over to where the window area is, where all my stuff is, like, pick it all up. I put it in my car, and I just immediately left. And I got a call from my boss, be like, "Hey, they're saying you stole a salad, but they don't actually have any proof that you did. Did you steal a salad?" And I was like, "I don't work here anymore." The end.
When is your favorite time to snack?
I like evening snacking the best, I think.
I think that's been
TV
like
snacks.
The overall consensus so far has been like evening snacks.
Yeah.
Evening snacks has been it. What's your favorite snack to eat while intoxicated and or high?
Chips? I like chips.
A specific type of chip?
No, I just general chips. Like just the concept of chips. I think they're pretty good.
What's your favorite potato chip?
Oh man, that's so hard. See, this is the thing. My favorite one, it's so hard to get. And no one can really get it.
Well, that's why you should tell the audience about it.
Well, so Utz used to be, Utz is a potato chip manufacturer in Pennsylvania. What most people don't realize, Pennsylvania has like a huge potato chip culture.
Oh yeah, we've got Snyder's of Berlin. We've got Utz.
The Amish grow tons of the perfect potato chip potatoes, whatever. And that just makes a really good brand of potato chips. They also own Voodoo Chips, which are some of my favorites. They do tons of different flavors. They're really, really good and well put together. But they do have these old-fashioned chips that they fry in lard, like the old style, and they're really, really good. But they used to have a special edition one, which was a bacon horseradish cheddar.
Ooh.
And it was out of sight. Like when I had a bag of them, it was the most precious object I ever had because I knew I could probably never get them again. It was a precious object that I knew I would never be able to get. So like I hoarded them. I'd get out like a little cup I get out like a little cup, and I would pull one out, and I go, nom, 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 and I'd put them away, and I'd like seal the bag, and I'd try to forget about them. But they only lasted me like a month, but it was like one of the best.
It's the best month of your life, right?
It was one of them. It was way up there.
I remember the one time that I got, because I know that like kettle style chips are generally like your favorite kind of chip, I would say.
Probably. I mean, I don't. None of the other ones. It depends.
Well, I think it depends. Like, because those waffle style chips that we had recently, I thought those were really good.
Yeah, those are really good too.
But I remember the one time I got the Cape Cod kettle chips that had like a black garlic flavor.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they were so good. They were like the best freaking chip. But then your roommate ate the rest of them, and you were mad about it.
No, it wasn't. Was that one at my old house?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was that we had them at the party and everyone ate them. It
I
wasn't.
thought we had them at the party and everybody ate them, but like
yeah.
I thought that he finished the bag after the party.
Oh no, I mean that's.
Oh, or did they get finished like during the party? Okay.
Yeah, because usually my old roommate Zach didn't really like that. He's a very basic. Like he has certain flavors he likes, and like that's fine.
Yeah, those were good chips, man.
Yeah.
They were a really good chip.
So good.
Such a good chip. Oh. Such a good chip.
All right, Homer Simpson.
I mean, sometimes you got to be like Homer Simpson. Is there any food that has ever made you as happy as donuts make Homer Simpson?
Donuts. But it's true,
Oh
like,
man, remember
really good donuts. Like I love really good donuts.
Oh man, remember that time that we were up in
You should just call
Milwaukee?
we should just read in this episode. Remember that time we had food somewhere, and then we tell a very short vignette, and then one of us makes a noise.
So anyway, we were up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. I think we weren't there for the comedy festival. We were there.
Not the first time.
Not the first time. This was the first time we were up there. We had some shows in Chicago, and then we went up to Milwaukee and visited with one of Derek's old college friends. And I drunkenly / I was super high this one night, and I stumbled upon this ice cream stand that also sold fresh, warm donuts. And I stumbled upon them at night. I cannot remember the name of this little hole-in-the-wall stand. It was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I can tell you that right now.
It was all neon-y. It was amazing.
It was great. It was fantastic. It looked like it popped right out of the 60s or 70s, maybe even the 50s. It was awesome. And I was super high, and I ate and you could get their donuts fresh, and they either had like cinnamon sugar or powdered sugar, or you could do what I did, which is what was recommended to me, which was both. They were so good that I crushed them. I crushed those donuts. I didn't even get it in a donut sundae. That's how you know that I was just like really craving that, because like Derek and everybody out there will soon know like my obsession with ice cream. I love ice cream, but I didn't even get ice cream on these donuts, even though I could have. They were so good that we went back there the next morning and ordered more donuts, and then they thought that they didn't hand us the order. So I lied and said that they didn't hand it to us, so we got double donuts.
Double donuts.
Double donut holes. They were these little donut holes. Were they little donuts or little donut holes? They were like they were really tiny.
I wouldn't call them tiny.
No,
Tiny. No, tiny makes them sound like they're smaller than a munchkin.
Yeah, they were
like a little bigger than that.
They were a little bigger than a munchkin, but I can't remember if they were like an actual donut
I don't
shape.
think so. I think they were just donut blobs.
Oh my God, they were the best. We had road dones. They were road dones. We kept them in the center console of the car for whenever we wanted a snack.
Oh yeah.
For through states worth of driving.
Yeah. Remember like how in like Wayne's World how they had that little dispenser that had licorice in it?
Yeah.
It was like that, but we had it for donuts. They came from the floor.
Oh man, we were living our best fat kid life, I think, on that trip. All right. Derek Minto, thank you so much for being here.
Oh hell yeah, thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to talk about? Any food place that you want to promote?
When is this going to be out?
Who knows?
I'd like to thank all my sponsors, 350 Degree Bakery. Thank you for making all your delicious foods each and every day. Please support them by giving them money, but don't go there because otherwise there'll be too many people, and I want people to get the snacks that I want. So just support them on Patreon, but don't actually just give them money so they're happy. Also, I'd like to thank Quiznos for your weird commercials during the Super Bowl right around 2000. Still to this day, I've never eaten there because of those. And I'd also like to thank MetLife because I like Snoopy. The end. Also, you can check out my website, derekminto.com. I'm on all the various social things, and you can find me all over the place. Just look for Derek Minto. You'll find me. I also have an album on Spotify called Live from Lawrenceville's Finest Ham Theme Bar.
Derek Minto, everybody. One of my favorite comics. Definitely check out on Spotify or Bandcamp his album, Live from Lawrenceville's Finest Ham Themed Bar. Great album. Also contains food-centric content. Considering you're listening to a food-based podcast, you might be very interested into that album. I've been your host, Amanda Averill. Stay snacky, my friends.